This conference will now be recorded.
So welcome again. Today this is eighth session. So today we will discuss about startup and shutdown options. So let's. My screen is visible to you guys, right? So first thing for this startup and shutdown. So what does mean by database instance? As we know that database instance provides user access to a database. So the instance and the database can be in various states, you can say. So typically when DBA start an instance, so it will goes to in no mount stage, then it will goes to mount stage, then it will goes to open stage. Okay, and then database user can connect and can work with the database, whatever the data they want. Okay, so to start a database using Oracle Net, two condition should be true. So what is those condition, guys? Anyone? No idea. Okay. So the first condition is that a database is statically registered with an Oracle Net listener and your client is connected to the database with sysdba privileges. Okay, and then listener creates a dedicated server which can start the database instance, right? So these things is required. So if you want to connect to the database, so we required SQL Star Plus tool. Okay, so how you can connect SQL Star Plus tool? So we have two ways. One is SQL Plus slash no log. So it means I am connecting to the database without any user, right? See that there is no user. So now we can connect here like this. So now if you say show user, now it's connected with sys user. So this is the one way. Okay, now another way is you can directly connect like this and you check show user. So this is sys. Now this line is coming. So what is the meaning of this line? Connected to an ideal instance, it means my instance is not started. So to start the instance, we have one command, that is startup command, right? We execute this command, so it will first in no mount stage it will goes, and in no mount stage it will start the instance, and on the basis of the parameter files it will create the SDA, and after that it will read the control file parameters, and it will find out the name of the control file and location, and then it will associate those files, sorry, it will associate the database with instance, but database is not open, and from the control file it also find out the data file name, location, and edulog file name and location. So it will, after that it will open the database, correct? So when instance is started, in then it is not associated with the database. When database mounted, then instance is started and is associated with the database by reading its control file. When the database open, the instance is started and associated with an open database. Okay, and now data contained in the data file is accessible to authorized user. Okay, so how an instance is started? So can anyone tell me? Yeah, guys, need P5. Very late replied here. See, when Oracle database starts an instance, it proceeds some stages, and in that, the first thing it will search a server parameter file, with a platform specific default location. And if it is not found as P file, it will search for P file, right? And after that it will read the parameter file to determine the values of initialization parameter, and then it will allocate the SGA based on the initialization parameter settings, and then it will start the background processes, and then it will open the alert log and trace files, and it also writes all explicit parameter settings to the alert log file in valid parameter syntax. Got it? Clear to everyone? I want this answer actually, you guys. Some you have experience, so I was expecting this answer. So this is clear, guys. So when instance is started, so no database is associated with the instance. So in no mount state, actually, a DBA can do some database creation and certain backup and recovery operations. Okay, now how a database is mounted. So the instance mounts a database to associate the database with this instance. So to mount the database, Oracle required control file, or you can say the instance obtains the names of the control file specified in the one initialization parameter. So what is that initialization parameter? Can anyone tell me? Yes, correct. Control underscore files. So this parameter is specified. So the instance obtains the name of the control file in the initialization parameter and open the file. And Oracle database reads the control file to find the names of the data file and online redo log file that it will attempt to access when opening the database. So in a mounted database, a database is closed or open, guys? Yes, perfect. Database is closed. So, and it is accessible only to database administrator. So in that stage or state, DBA can do maintenance operation. Okay, so this is mounted things. Now, how a database is open? This is the third state. So opening a mounted database basically makes it available for normal database operation. So any valid user can connect to an open database and access its information. Okay. So when you open the database, Oracle database perform three things. Okay. So what are those three things? Anyone? The first thing, it will open the online data files in table spaces other than undo table space. Okay. Second, it will acquire an undo table space. Third thing, it will open the online redo log files actually. Clear? So what will happen if a table space was offline when the database was previously shut down? So that database table space and its corresponding data files will be online or it will remain offline when you open the database. Guys, yes, perfect. It will be offline because it's already offline. So when you are opening the database, it will be remain offline. And if suppose you have multiple undo table space exist, then what will happen? Another question. So to opening an undo table space, it will check one parameter, correct? So what is that parameter? Yes, undo underscore table space. So whatever the table space is assigned to that parameter, it will open. But suppose if this parameter is not set and you have many undo table spaces, so what will happen? Then it will open the first available undo space. Okay, table space. Clear? So this things is clear, you guys. Now, when now come to here, I'm shutting down the database again, and I will go one by one in every stage. So how we will go by every stage? So we had the options. Maybe you know that code. If suppose you are seeing first time, so you can see just when it I will do that. Okay, so here I want to go to only no mount state. So I say startup. Oh, my spelling is wrong. Startup no mount. Okay, so it will open the instance only. So see that Oracle instance is started. Now I want to go to mount state from here onwards. So what command we will do? Yeah, guys. So this is the command alter database mount. Okay. So now we are in alter database mount state. Now again, if I want to be go to open state, so what command I will do? Again, same command, that is alter database open. So from no mount to mount and open, like that we will go. Okay. Now again, I am shutting down the instance and I am going to mount state. Okay, so let me shut down first and then I will execute the command, and the command is startup mount. So in that it will first goes to in no mount state, where instance is started, and then it will mount uh, to the mount actually. So startup mount. So this is the command. Okay. So now what I will do directly, so see that Oracle instance is started and database mounted. So now, oh, I will open the database. So alter database open. So now database is open. So this is the way we can do the things. Okay, clear? Any doubt? Now you can check. There is a view for that, that is select open mode from v dollar database. Okay, so now this is open. Okay, clear guys? Now suppose I'm shutting down here and I'm saying startup no mount, and from here onwards can I directly open the database? Yes guys. Earlier we did alter database mount, then we did alter database open, so we goes like that. But I want directly should be open. So can we do that by what command? Startup. It's already startup no mount there. I'm asking from no mount stage to open stage. How I will go? One way we did that alter database mount, then the alter database open. Okay, so Ajit is saying alter database open. So this is not work actually, right? So you have to database mounted first and then you can open. Correct? Correct, guys? So did you get my point? What I want to show you? Okay, so you have to first mount the database. Okay, then you have to open the database. Clear? Any doubt? If anyone, please let me know. So please remember this because many time people get stuck. Okay, now can I go back to Mount State again? Can I go back? Yeah, please say yes or no. Yes, alter database close. Okay, alter database close. So here it's say it will go to Let me finish this. It's taking time. I got 8 GB RAM and it is working like that because we connected through putty actually. So the network things plays a slowness in this. Yeah, so database is altered. So let me check. So see that it goes to mount stage. Clear, guys? So can we come back again and do the open state? Means can I do alter database open and whether it will work, guys? If I do alter database open, can it will work? How many is saying it will work? Good. Rashri, Rajiv, Shaista is saying yes. What else? What others? Ajit, okay. Azhar, Mallesh, Vinu, Lakshmi, Rajiv, Rashri. Okay, you said yes. So majority is yes. Okay, let me show you. So see that you are getting an error. So what error you will get? So this error is saying only your database will be opened once and it close actually. So again you cannot open it because it is thinking that it is new database actually. So that's why this error will come. Clear, guys? So this startup things is clear, you guys. Now there is can we restrict access to an instance at a startup? Yes. Okay. So for restricting one thing also, we had there is a startup command is basically the force command actually. So uh, when you do startup force, so what actually it will do? Yeah, guys. Shut down abort, then start actually. Yeah. So these things we should not do on production. Okay. So please take care of that because in production this is the last options we should try when no things is working. So startup force basically what it will do, it will force the instance after a startup or shutdown problem. Okay, so you have to take care of that. Okay, so startup option, startup no mount, everything is clear. Now restricting access to an instance at a startup. So in restricted mode, only DBA can connect and do the things. Okay, and uh, normal user cannot connect and cannot do the things. Okay, so do these things by startup restrict command. So uh, let me execute the command. So first we need to shut down. So now I am starting the database with the restrict option. So which view we can check and what is the column we need to check, which shows me about the instance information. Yeah, guys. So the view is v dollar instance and logins column. So see that it is a restricted session. So only DBA can do that. So any other user, if suppose want to do that, so which system privileges he or she should have? Guys, answer. Did you get my question? I want one user can connect, so I will assign one system privileges. So what is that privileges? No, guys, quickly answer. Okay, that privileges is restricted session system privileges. Okay, so actually DBA has this privileges. So for that, it can do that. Okay. So now I want to release the restrictions and I want normal user should be connect. So what command I will do that? Have you done this practice? Any chance on test, on production? If yes, then you can answer. If no, then you can not. So alter system disable restricted session. Now again check this view. So what will come? It will say allowed. Okay. So this is the restricted things. Okay. So I hope it's clear. And startup force also we did that. So not now. Okay. So what else we had? Yeah. So as you can see, there is a view which I execute. This is read write mode. So can we put my database in read only mode? Okay. So what will actually happen? By default, database opens in read write mode. So user can make the changes to the data, redo will generate it, and all things will stored. Now when you want to database should open into read only mode. So what will happen in read only mode? Okay, so if I want to ask you, so what will happen in read only mode? Because read only mode restricted database access to read only transaction which cannot write to data files or online video log files, but database can perform recovery or operations that change the database state without generating redo. Okay, so What will happen in read only mode? So I'm giving a clue. So control file will be available for update. Answer me. Second thing, uh, it will write in system audit trail, trace file, and alert log file. Nobody is answering. Okay, so I'm telling that. So control file remains available for updates about the state of the database. Temporary table space created with the create temporary table space statement are read write. Writes to operating system audit trails, trace files, and alert log files can continue. Offline data files and table spaces can be recovered. Data files can be taken offline and online, but you cannot take permanent table spaces offline. So these are the things happen in read only mode. Okay, so how you will go to read only mode? How you will go to read only mode, guys? So let me shut down immediate. Okay, so tell me, guys, how you will go to read only mode. Alter database open read only. So from which stage you will execute this command? From mount. Okay, startup mount, then alter database open read only mode, and then check this view. So this is open read only mode. Clear? Now I want read write mode again. So how we will go? How we will achieve that? By which command? Yes, guys, all are tired. See, this is basic things. It's just started things actually in the database architecture. And if you guys are not able to answer this, so very strange. See, it required to shut down and start up again. This is the way you can go to read write mode. There is no other command for that. Clear? Or you can say startup mount, then you can go alter database open read write mode like this also. Okay, clear? Startup, startup mount, and then alter database open read write mode. So this is the one way, or otherwise you can fire shut immediate then a startup, it will come to read write mode. Clear, guys? So just give me 2 minutes, I'm connecting my charger. So now this thing is clear, you guys. Till now, any doubt? Now come to shutdown option. Okay. So about shutting down the database. So what you have actually. So we have shutdown or shutdown normal. Okay, so this is the slowest way because normal database shutdown with the conditions like it will not allow new connection after the statement is issued, and before the database is shut down, database waits for all currently connected user to disconnect from the database. Okay, so that in the next startup of the database it will not require any instance recovery. Am I correct? And in shutdown, after that there is shutdown transactional mode comes. So when you shut down a database with transactional mode, the database prevents user from starting new transactions, but it will wait for all current transactions to complete before shutting down, and these modes can take a significant amount of time depending on the nature of the current transaction. So when you want to perform a planned shutdown of an instance while allowing active transaction to complete first, so you can use this command. Okay, so traditionally this shutdown command will not allow new connection. Okay, and it will not allow new transaction should be started, and after all transaction have completed, any client is still connected to the instance will be disconnected, and the next startup of the database will not require any instance recovery because it will writes all the transactions to the data file and etc. Okay, clear. Now, shutdown immediate mode basically Oracle database terminate any executing SQL statement, and it will disconnect the user, and active transactions are terminated and uncommitted changes are rolled back. So please remember that. So when you do this shutdown immediate, so it will suppose when the database is one of its application is functioning irregularly and you cannot contact user to ask them to log off or they are unable to log off, then you can do these things. And also when a power shutdown is going to occur soon, then you can do that, and to initiate an automated and unattended backup. So on that time you can do that. So no new connection allowed, no new transaction allowed to be started. Any uncommitted transaction are long back. Okay, and Oracle database does not wait for user who are currently connected to the database to disconnect. So the database implicitly rollbacks active transaction and disconnected all the connected user. So the next and also it will write all the informations from the buffer cache to the data file. So next startup it will not require any instance recovery. Okay, clear guys? Any doubt? And what will happen in abort mode? So in abort mode, actually, this is very risky command. When no command is working, like shutdown normal, shutdown transactional, shutdown immediate, then you can go for shutdown abort, or you can go for startup force. Okay, so when you do that shutdown abort, so the database or one of its function is irregularly behaving and none of other types of shutdown work, then you can do that. And when you do a shutdown, So all the transaction and user connection, everything will be quickly out. So no new connection are allowed, no new transaction allowed, and uncommitted transaction are not rolled back. And Oracle does not wait for user who are currently connected to the database, and current client SQL statement being processed by Oracle database are immediately terminated. So nothing will happen in data file and all. So next time when you start the database, so it performs the instance recovery. So which process will perform the instance recovery, guys? At least answer this question, because we already covered everyone. So either meanwhile you are answering, I'm displaying this. So shutdown normal, or you can type shutdown only, that both are same. Okay, only three people answer from nine people. Either you forget, or either you didn't revise the session from YouTube, and also you didn't make a note from my sessions. Yes, Asmon. Okay, so this Asmon things actually work. Okay, now I am starting the database again. Then I'm saying shutdown transactional. So I just want to show you, that's why I'm doing that. So shutdown transactional. So you will execute this command. Okay, and after this we have shutdown immediate, and then shutdown abort. So there is no activities going on here, so we cannot see any difference between the timings actually. So startup, so shutdown immediate, now execute it. Maybe see that it faster than this. Okay, so it's close the database and it will dismount, and then it will shut down the instance. Okay, startup things again, then we execute shutdown abort. So see that it's directly goes to only showing Oracle instance shutdown, nothing closed, nothing dismounted, directly it hit this one. So because of that, it performed instance recovery. So startup. Now if I say startup force, so see that it will directly abort, and then it will start the instance, right? So this is, so clear, guys. So when you are shutting down the instance, so actually what will happen, your database is open and then it will goes to in close stage, and it will close the database, but control file will not be closed. Then in no mount stage, it will control file closed and instance still started. Then in shutdown mode, it will perform the uh, date instance shutdown. Okay, so this is the information about uh, all the shutdown. Clear? So how a database is closed? So database close operation is implicit in a database shutdown, and the nature of the operation depends on whether the database shutdown is normal or abnormal. So when you do normal shutdown with any option like shutdown normal, shutdown transactional, shutdown immediate, so Oracle database writes data in the SGA and then to the data file and an online redo log file. And after that, database closes online data files and online redo log files, and any offline data files of offline table spaces have been closed already. So when the database reopen, any table space that was offline remains offline, and at this stage database is closed and inaccessible for normal operations, but control file remain open after a database is closed. So please remember that. And in shutdown abort, what will happen? The database, the instance of an open database closes and shut down the database quickly. And in this mode, Oracle database does not write data in the buffer of the SGA to the data file and redo log file. And when you reopen the database, then it will perform instance recovery automatically. Okay. So after the database is closed, Oracle database unmount the database to disassociate it from the instance. So after a database is unmounted, so Oracle database closes the control file of the database, and at this time the database instance remain in memory. Okay, so if you see the screen, this database dismounted, or you can say unmounted. Okay, I'm talking about that. And now the final stage, when instance when the instance is shut down, the SGA ceases to occupy memory and the background process terminate. And in some cases, process clean up itself can encounter errors which can result in the termination of process monitor PMON. And there is a parameter actually, by that we can delay the shutdown. So what is that parameter, guys? You know any parameter like that? Have you done, have you used this parameter in your career? Have you heard about that? Yeah, guys, say yes or no. So there is a parameter instance underscore abort underscore delay underscore time. So this parameter basically delay the instance to shut down actually. So you can use this parameter. So this parameter specify the amount of time in second to delay shutting down a database when an error causes the instance to abort. Okay, so but recommendation is that do not set the instance abort delay time value too high, because if your instance is not shutting down, so you will face other problem also. Okay, so how you can set that the parameter by alter database command. So alter system set command actually. So see that this instance delay time is there. Okay. Clear? So let me do shut about and then startup. Now what else remain? Yeah. Have you heard about the suspend things and suspend and resuming a database? Have you heard this? Yes. So there is a view. First, I showed that view. So this active state from v dollar instance, it is showing normal. Now I am suspending the things. So when I execute, and after that execute this, so see that there is no change. Okay, there is another view for that. Okay, database status actually. Okay, so this is the way you can suspend it and how you will resume. So you can resume by this command, and again you check, so it is showing active. So when it is active, it's mean not suspended. When it is showing suspended, it means normal user cannot do. So the suspend state, actually you can back up a database without IO interference. So it will halt all the IO to the data files and control files, and when the database is suspended, all pre-existing IO operations are allowed to complete, and any new database access are placed in a queue state. Okay, so the suspend command is not specific to an instance. That's why in rack, when you issue the suspend command on one system, internal locking mechanism propagate the half request across instances, so thereby queuing all active instance in a given cluster. And if a new instance is started while other instance is being suspended, and then the new instance is not suspended. Okay, so please remember that. So suspend and resume feature is useful in system that allow you to mirror a disk or a file and then split the mirror, providing an alternative backup and restore solution. If you use a system that cannot split a mirror disk from an existing database while writes are occur, then you can use this feature to facilitate the split. So, but this feature is not suitable substitute for normal shutdown operation, because copies of suspended database can contain uncommitted updates. Okay, so when you are doing hot backup, uh, when you are placing your table space in hot backup mode, so don't do that. Okay, you have to do the command. What is that command? Anyone? Alter table space begin backup boss. This is the command. By that you can put table space in hot backup mode, guys. Okay, now the last topic today about queuing a database. So what is that? So this actually allows only DBA transaction. So you had the command that is alter system qsist. Let me show you this. So before going that, first execute this command. So it is normal. Now I am executing this command alter system QCs restricted, and then I am executing. So see that value is changed. Okay. Now how to release that? So you can this, and then you can execute, so it goes to normal. So what actually happened? So actually you cannot perform a cold backup when the database in this QSYST state, because Oracle database background process may still perform update for internal purpose even while the database is QSYST. In addition, the file header of online data files continue to appear to be accessible, so they do not look the same as if a clean shutdown had been performed. So you can still take online backup while the database is in a QSYST state. Okay, so for both dedicated and shared connection, all non-log DBA logins after this statement is issued are queued by the database resource manager, excuse me, and not allowed to proceed. So to the user, it appears as if the login is hung. So the login will resume when the database is unqueued. Okay, clear? And also you had some query. So suppose you execute alter system qsys restricted statement may wait a long time for active session we become inactive. So you can determine the session that are blocking actually this operation. So there is a view v dollar blocking underscore QSys. Okay, so actually right now it's not blocking, so that's why nothing will be displayed. But for query, I want to show you. That's why, excuse me. So this query by that you can get if any wait is happening. Okay, so this is last things. Okay, and the column name is normal, qsysing and qsist. So this column has three values actually. So I'm posting in the chat box. So if it is showing active, so it means normal operations can perform. So some if it is qsysing actually, so non DBA session are still active. When it will goes to last stage qsysd, so no non DBA sessions are active or allowed. Okay, so the query I already showed you. So that this one. Okay, clear. So that are startup and shutdown options, and suspended, restricted, QSYST, and instance about delay time, how you can. So these are the things we discussed today. I hope this session is helpful for you guys, and thank you for joining this session. And please watch it, subscribe it, like it, comment if you want. Okay, so that many people can get the benefit from these sessions. So I'm stopping the recording.